Hello and welcome back. I'll move my microphone a little bit closer. We just switched over from our solar powered battery, which, as there is no sun, was draining down a bit, to the village's power. The village just changed over their system and connected up the power in the Maloka, which is a huge central meeting place made from logs and, I guess, woven palm frods, which keep out the rain, which is raining a bit right now. Not a lot of rain, but enough rain to be wet if you're outside. So again, we're back broadcasting live from the village of Libertad. We are Amazon Pueblo, an organization, nonprofit organization based in Thomaston, Maine. And we are here today to support the students of the village of Libertad, a small indigenous village in the Colombian Amazon. It's in the tri-border region, people who are familiar with that, where Brazil, Peru, and Colombia all meet. We've been working with the village for about the past 12 years. We're helping the kids to stay in school and also provide the basic things they need, like a bit of health care, and also contact with the outside world through internet and other programs that can help them with education. Over on to the right of me, as you're looking in over my over the picture here, you will see the village of Libertad. This is our village cam or barrio cam, neighborhood cam. It's quite dark right now. Sun set about an hour and a half ago. So we are on Eastern Standard Time, not Eastern Daylight. So it's 1 hour ahead for everyone in the United States who is now in listening to our broadcast, or other places in the world, wherever you're from. And again, welcome. I believe there's one other person that's watching this, and I think it's me on Facebook. So actually, I'm the only person watching this now. But who knows? Hopefully, someone will pick it up in the saved video that we're going to publish somewhere. Exactly where we're going to publish it. But I saw on the site we use StreamYard, that we can edit it and republish it. Maybe take out some of the, I don't know, the ahs and the ums and make it to a more polished video. So without saying more of that, now I get on to some other things that are happening. So right now there's a singer from another village. I'm not sure exactly where he's from, like a 12-year-old child prodigy singer from the Amazon. And he's up in the Maloka about to give a performance. I believe we have some people who are up there who are going to record him and bring down the video, and we can share it with all of you guys. We didn't have a lot of video taken from the games, from the different soccer games. I heard there are going to be more tomorrow morning. I'll hopefully I'll get some more of those, and we'll be able to upload them and show them at a future date. So the last person we had on giving a presentation or talking on us with it was Paul, and he was down from the Carolinas, North Carolina, I believe. You know what this up around Charleston, and he was talking about his last visit to Libertad. We also had Gustavo on, and we all talked together about what's going on with the project and the hope and tourism and the future. And we hope to continue, and that we will have a good future here with the Libertad as we are going through our fundraising. So once again, if you're on and you're listening to us, please look over our website, the other things we offer, and know that we are raising money for Amazon Pueblo and to support the students of the community of La Libertad. So I look for a nice video that we have here. Let's see, the last one I left with is a video of, a video of the little children's workshop. I'm going to show another one. Let's see. This is one. I've only showed this one once or twice before, but this is the very first videographer we had in the village about 12, 13 years ago. Javier, he's from Spain, and this shows you what he saw the first time he came into the village of Libertad. There's a video letter from Libertad. No, there we go. To know of the Jaguar tribe of La Libertad. I'm going to set this up. And here we are. Hope you enjoy this. And we're out. So it's La Libertad, the village. This is one of the houses right along the shore. I'm not sure where it is. This is the uncle of Gustavo, who is one of the main supporters of ours in the village. He's talking about how thankful he is to the visit that we came along and that he's giving us. This is Javier, the person who shot the video. In fact, he's visiting another indigenous community called Porta Alegria. The animal you see here is not a baby jaguar, it is an ocelot.
Es súper suave. Qué pasada, es súper
suave. Fur is heavier and coarse, but very smooth, if that makes sense. Strong but smooth.
Mi hijo, me ha salido un poco feo.
No es nada feo.
¿Cómo se llama? Es mi hija, Florcita. Es igualita que su madre.
Actually, some controversy around animals and pets. About is this really ethical to do that? Again, in the Peruvian side, it's more so than the Colombian side. The Colombian side is actually prohibited, and if they have people exploiting animals, they're actually charged under the law and can go pay a fine and go to prison. Still happens, but not less so for Gustavo's kids. This is the Barrio Nuevo in the Libertad, the newest barrio that formed about 12 years ago. Ani, Gustavo's daughter, and some other neighborhood kids, Gustavo's son, and some other neighborhood kids.
Es un niño, es una niña, está embarazada. ¡Hala, otro! ¡Hala!
¿Quién es cosquilloso aquí? ¿Quién tiene cosquillas?
So who's ticklish?
¿Tú? A ver, ¿tú? Ay, ok, cosquillas. Entonces vamos a decir, me encuentro con culebra, cuidado que te enreda. Y enreda va a ser culebra, al de al lado, cuidado que te enreda. El oso y el mico sí que me lo quito.
There's a little nursery rhyme that goes along with the movement.
Me pierdo en la manigua, me encuentro con culebra, cuidado que te enreda. El oso es pegajoso, el mico es lo que me...
Todos a la vez, todo. Venga, así. Estoy esperando el barco que me va a llevar a Leticia y me ha cogido en la comunidad de los Jaguars. Y bueno, a ver si para de llover y podemos seguir con el viaje.
Okay, next up, I saw a friend from Bogota. Hi, Andres. And I'm going to put up a video that you probably haven't seen yet because it was just released, unless you've been on this station earlier, just released yesterday, this morning, I believe you finished it. And that is featuring Gustavo, and it shows the jungle. So I'm going to take this one off and put on, oops, not what I wanted to do, and put on the new video. And this is the Silva. I believe. Here it is. Valid file type. What's going on? There we go.
Es muy importante la selva. Da todo. La selva nos protege, da frutas, madera para levantar, construir una casa, hacer barcos, nos ayuda calentura del sol. Se come lo que es de acá, cosas que es del pueblo. Esa es la costumbre de nosotros. Lo vivimos. Así nos han criado nuestros ancestros, con frutas de selva, bebiendo agua del río de la selva, duchando en la selva, caminando, cansado, moscas, humedad, lluvia. Es vida, pura vida. Mi mamá era indígena yagua peruana y mis papás vino a morir acá. Ellos vivían como animal solo por vivir, porque Dios los dio vida. Pero nosotros ya no somos así. Nosotros somos diferentes. Las industrias hacen contaminación y casi a veces como que quieren acabar la naturaleza. Pero nosotros los indígenas estamos cuidando, estamos protegiendo, no acabar completamente. Ya somos otra generación. Chambira o coquillo, para hacer bolsos, pulseras, cinturones, collares, aretes, muchas cosas se puede hacer de eso. Muchos trabajos, mucha arte se puede hacer de eso. Este es un bolsito tradicional, típica, puro, dice usted. Aquí recogían frutas como este, podían echar adentro, frutas de árboles, de lianas, o cazaban animales o peces, lo echaban acá. Puedes cargar un bebé acá. Mientras yo estoy vivo, todo lo tengo aquí. El día que yo me muera, eso se acaba. Yo ya estoy viejo, cualquier rato me muero. Todos los conocimientos de los tours, de historias, cuentos, va a quedar para mi hijo, con él. Él va a ser una semilla que va a dar árboles y va a dar fruta. Y raíces. Los raíces de él va a ser los hijos, las hijas, los nietos, como yo.
And I just came back from the kitchen. We're making a celebratory cake for the anniversary of Libertad, and going to share it between the workers for here. And let's see, what can I show next? We are eventually, I'll have a little bit of time to download some new content, which we can show. I really want to get a video of the kids saying thank you to the sponsors, which really helps. But for now, we're going to get what is this? Oh, yes. Mm. And this shows another video of Gustavo and Gustavo and his family making handcrafts of the village. Thank you for watching that video of the artisans of La Libertad. The handcrafts that they produce, we buy and then resell them. All the profits to which go towards the Amazon Pueblo's mission of supporting the students of the village of La Libertad. The video on here at of see, where is it? Okay, so okay, we already have that. Okay, this is one of our students again thanking his sponsor for the scholarship he received. This is Justin, and he's thanking Drew, his sponsor, for the scholarship program. And here he is.
Sí, ya.
Hola Drew, mi nombre es Justin, tengo muchas ganas de estudiar y gracias por la beca que me diste y que me voy a poner las pilas para estudiar en febrero, creo, en febrero y pues gracias por la beca y tengo muchas ganas de estudiar también y tengo tu foto y chao.
A short video. Again, showing that what he has purchased and what he needs for his school year. We have another video, let's see, of a Mother's Day skit. This was done about 3 years ago, and during they have what's called like different events throughout the year, and they have only a half a day of school, then they get out early and they give presentations, have a big lunch. And in fact, this case, they had all the mothers, they gave lunch to all the mothers, and then had a Mother's Day play. This is Stone Soup.
De nada, hoy veremos a los vecinos si nos pueden colaborar a ayudarte a llenar la olla. Hoy veremos a los vecinos si nos pueden colaborar a llenar la olla, vecino. Gracias, vecino. Vecinos, hoy es el... Buenos días, vecinos, hoy es el Día de la Madre y mis vecinos están muy tristes. Hoy les vengo a avisar si nos pueden ayudar a colaborar a llenar la olla. Gracias. Gracias. Yo tengo que darnos. Gracias. Ya, muchas gracias. Gracias. Ya le traigo como aceite. Gracias. Vecino, le traigo pollo. Gracias vecinos por ayudarnos a colaborar. Gracias vecinos por ayudarnos a llenar la olla. Gracias. Hoy su mamá de mi vecina estaba feliz. Muchas gracias por colaborarnos. Y muchas gracias. Gracias, vecino. De nada, vecino.
Bueno, fuerte aplauso para estos artistas. Bueno, que ahora lo van a sentar.
And thank you for watching that video. We have the next one, which comes up, which is one of our scholarship students, My Day. She's one of the oldest. She's one of the students who's been in the program the longest. Sorry, I keep swiping at things. We tend to have very aggressive bugs coming in. I'm not sure exactly why. Probably because I have all the lighting here for the videos, but I'm getting kind of overwhelmed by flying insects. Some of them biting, some of them not. Most of them not. Now, a very annoying moth. But this is Day.
Santina, soy Maite. Es un gusto saludarte. Te quería agradecer por la ayuda que nos estás dando. ¿Qué te digo? Hace poco terminé el técnico de asesoría comercial, ahora me toca entrar a etapa práctica y ahorita al comienzo de febrero entraré a estudiar auxiliar administrativo. Y pues gracias a la ayuda que nos estás dando, pues pude comprar unas cosas que me pueden servir para seguir estudiando y ¿qué más te digo?
Chao. Es bien, chao.
Bueno, gracias, chao.
A little bit hard to hear that video as it was shot in Leticia, and I believe sound wasn't as good as it could have been. But we have another one. Let's see. This is Jamile. I believe it was shot inside, so we should have a little bit better sound on this video.
Yo soy Yamile, quería decirte que muchísimas gracias por la plata que me mandó este año. Pues voy bien en el colegio, me gustaría ser doctora y pues ahí vamos bien y pues quisiera terminar mis estudios porque quiero tener un buen camino para ayudarle a las personas. Muchísimas gracias. Chao.
Thank you, Patrice, for sponsoring Jamile. Next, we will go to a little bit different video. And this is one of the things that we've been working on has been the healthcare center. And we should have a video of the healthcare center and of the days when we started putting up the roof and having it welded together. Difference from most of the construction is rather than being made from wood, it is all made from concrete, blocks, and steel. And here's the day when we had it welded together. Some of the kids had never seen welding before, and they really liked it. Oh, wow! Cuidado, cuidado. Casi, casi.
Bacano. Mire, mire, la segunda, la segunda. Wow, aplaude, aplaude, agre. Por favor.
Next, go back to one of our, let's see, where, Libertad. This is, it's kind of nice to show, I showed this before, but this is from an earlier time in the day of when the, we had the competitions going on for sports day, soccer competitions. And here they are. On a rundown, we're having a cake being cooked now. Hopefully we'll be putting the frosting on. I want to make sure that everything is going well. This is about a 3-minute video, so if I should be back within 3 minutes. If not, please enjoy people walking back and forth in the village on our barrio cam.
No suban todo, no suban todo ya. Ya, Crespo, no suba, ya. Uno.
Dios me tenga el langane le. No te des, gordo. No.
Vamos, pégase uno, pégase uno.
Ya, gordo.
Duro. Ya, hay que bajar. Ya, tú ahí nomás, ahí.
Puri de ¿qué ves? Comprar. ¿Qué dimucho?
Solamente tapar nomás.
Sí, vaya a tapar,
Solamente tapar. Porque no hay hermano.
Vaya, Fabio. Vaya, Fabio. Vaya, Fabio. Vaya solo a tapar.
Solamente tapar, vaya.
¿Qué intenta comprar? Que me dejaste comprar dos jugantes, mira ahí.
Ahorita que desmaya. Jala. Vamos. Sáquese para
¡Ya, gordo! ¡Dale! ¡Mira ahí! ¿Ya? ¿Qué te jugando? Te copan niños, ni juegas nada.
Ya, cuente, no suban todo. Ahí, siente con uno. Un elipse ahí.
Negrito, negrito salió. Negrito salió. Vaya negro. Vamos, no se ve. Vamos, Chile.
Whoa.
And the video is over. Wow, I actually have one person still watching. Thank you for staying with us. We are now into the 41 minutes, into 8 hours and 41 minutes. So we just have a little over an hour and a half to go, a little over or under, I believe. And our video broadcast at hour and a half. Yes, hour and a half, which brings us to 9 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. We're continuing with our live broadcast, live streaming from the village of La Libertad. You may be able to hear the music now, which is increased in volume as the night goes on. Now below, I might try to get a video of it a little bit later on. We have people setting up vending stands who are vending shish kebabs to all the people who will be coming down, coming into our barrio and wandering around from the festivities that have now moved from the cancha, which is the football stadium, to the Maloca, which is the grand meeting hall. Will house roughly about 200 or 300 people, maybe even more dancing in the center. But the evening's proceedings are going on. So the question you have is, why are we here? What is going on? We are representatives of the group, the nonprofit organization Amazon Pueblo. I usually try to publish this at the top of the hour, but as I've been gone down supervising the baking of a cake, I'll mention it now. The purpose is to raise funds to provide 50 scholarships and provide community educational support, which includes a little bit of help and communications to the indigenous students of the village of Libertad, Amazonas, Colombia. So how do we do this? One, we try to match up sponsors in the States or Colombia or other places with students in the Libertad. For $140 a year, it will get them what they need, basics of what they need to go to school for a year. Uniforms, shoes, notebooks, pens, pencils, soap, shampoo, that sort of stuff. But part of it is just the morale that it provides, them knowing that they have someone from the outside world who cares about them enough to donate money and hoping that they do well. It's not always easy here. If you don't have money problems, you have problems of climate, of transportation, of the buildings being in poor repair, even of teachers not always being available because of due to sickness or strikes or labor disputes or whatever. But there's a lot that goes against the people who are trying to go to the school, but we try to support them. Now let's see, where are we? 9:30. I'll try something a little bit different. I have some what is it? Let's see, I can pull up some pictures of one of the first years we were here. So while I look for the pictures I'm gonna pull up, I have a couple of videos once again. They'll keep you occupied, and these are done by Javier, who visited our village about, let's see, about 12 years ago. And this is one of them here. So this is a nice, a little bit quieter one. Maybe it contrasts with the loud music I'm hearing right now, but here it is. Waking up in the morning in La Libertad.
Bienvenidos al mundo de Halep.
Entonces, hay un lado que está cerrado y otro lado que está abierto, ¿ves? Tienen que limpiar el camino al cementerio.
Ya estamos en el cementerio. Aquí está el padre de Gustavo, que se murió hace 6 meses o así, hace poquito. No le habían puesto todavía el alcohol, ya se le han hecho una vela.
Okay, why is it not sharing this as I want? Add to stage. And good, here we are. So it looks like this is going to work. These are pictures, some of the first pictures from the presentations that we've done at different times at local schools and events. If you're listening to this and you would like to have a local event and you live in Maine or around the mid-coast area, I have about a two and a half hour driving range. So I can go down to Portland or go as far up as Bangor. I want to stay within that area. And either a group or a church group or a local community event or whatever, or a library you'd like us to talk at. Right now, I may not seem like the best talker, but I've been talking for like 9 hours, so 8.5 hours. So it's a little tired. I take little breaks, but it's almost over. Going to 10 o'clock Eastern time and 9 o'clock Colombian time. But here we are. This is the first image I'm showing is of where we are in the world. This is made by people who aren't really, don't know a lot about geography, mainly school kids. Not there's anything wrong with school kids not knowing geography, but most of them don't know it. That is the city of Bogota, Bogota in Colombia. It's on a plateau. It's located about 6,000 to 7,000 feet in elevation, depending on where you are in the city. And to visit La Libertad in the Colombian Amazon, you must first fly to Bogota if you're going the easiest route. There are other ways to go in through Peru or Brazil, but much easier flying in through Bogota. One of my friends' sons and their dog, they actually came down and visited with the Amazon with me. His mom holding up the flashlight, that little lantern that I had. I'm not sure what happened to it. Worked well, but it disappeared sometime, someplace. No idea why. Avianca and Latam, the two different agencies, airlines that fly down to Leticia from Bogota to Leticia route. They're about 2 to 3 flights a day, depending on how busy it is and which day of the week it is. Clouds over the Amazon. And this is the city of Leticia, city of this, Tabatinga, Santa Rosa. Anyone heard those explosions in the background? They're now firing off fireworks. The party's just starting to get going. 7:42 here, and just trying to go with a real anniversary party of La Libertad. After seeing sports events throughout the day, now it's dancing and partying through the night. So there we are in Leticia. This is called lechona. It's a pig skin, and they've taken pig meat out, pork out, mix it in with rice, vegetables, and seasonings, and put it back in, and then sell it out of the case of the body to people who go by. It's very good, it's good, depending on how they cook it. I don't like the greasier versions of it. Some versions are very greasy, but if it's a less greasy lechona, it's very delicious. Amazon frozen, thought it was pretty funny. You go down and see Amazon frozen food, and they have pavos y perneles. So it was around Christmas when we went. Pavos are turkeys, and perneles are like pork roast, I guess, or ham roast. Anaconda skin. This is a jaguar skin, the jaguar or ocelot skin, which now that I've seen how cute they are, I find kind of unsettling. I guess if you're a snake fan, you wouldn't like the anaconda skin either. These are all different plants, vegetables, fruits that they grow in the chagra. The chagra are the cultivation fields and all the useful things that come. Here I am working on the project. I believe I came down to do a trip when I was taking a class to interview people about the problems and environmental concerns in the village. This is when I was working on my science certification. Just had a visitor. This is Gustavo's son. He's joining me. ¿Cómo está la torta? ¿Es listo o no? Ellos sacaron. Todo bien, así. ¿Qué? Yo quiero comprar una. ¿En cuántas? ¿Cuántas ellos están cobrando? Dígame. Oh, yeah. Olmus just said that his sister is selling shish kebabs, so I'm probably going to buy a shish kebab. Well, I just got attacked by an insect. They like the light, so I'm probably going to buy one. Oh, we had another guest just join us. Thank you. Una idea solo para mí. It's Kate Chenin. Hey, Kate Chenin. que pollo or carne, como que. So they're either 10 or 15,000 pesos for shish kebabs, which counts at 250 or $3. Sí, uno de 10. Solo para mí. Uno para mí, por favor. So I just ordered one. They're coming up. It's chicken. So I'll have that to look forward to. A little snack for the rest of the evening to last me off. We also have a cake coming out, so we'll be able to have chicken shish kebab and vanilla cake with chocolate frosting, which sounds rather good. Okay, so where was I? Ah, yes. So especially if you're ever interested in visiting the Amazon, the Colombian Amazon, this is the time for you during this live broadcast from the anniversary of La Libertad and the kicking off of our fundraiser. We're trying to raise funds for 50 students in the Colombian Amazonian village of La Libertad, and also to do a bit of work for the healthcare center and with building a solar power plant. So this is called a balsa, which means a raft. And on the other side of the little bridge, you see the wooden bridge. It's called Isla de Fantasia, which is called Fantasy Island. A little bit different from the TV show. And during the periods of high water, all these rafts are floating and they take out the bridge, and you cannot pass from one side to the other without either swimming and getting quite wet in nasty water or taking a small boat across. And these boats have other smaller boats that come from the river communities and cities and dock for the people to do their grocery shopping, buy things, and just regular old transportation. Okay. Here I am on, let's see, on the one of the rafts. I believe this supplies gasoline. We bought some gasoline here with some water. I'm very thirsty now. This is another one of the express boat. They have express boats you see over on the left-hand side of the picture, one of the speed boats, and they take people up and down the river. They leave 4 times a day from Leticia and arrive 4 times a day. I believe this is a military boat, military fuel boat. When the water is very low, as you can see, it's difficult. You can't even go to the rafts. You have to go way out on the shore, walk across the island. And as you can see, and they have a problem with trash. One of the speedboats. The river is starting to rise now. This is a different time of year from the previous picture. And these are the blue boat line. Very hot. Looks like me, but it's not. It's one of the smaller boats, the canoes, they call them, canoas. And once again, as you see, a beautiful day on the Amazon. Amazon River, at its widest point, I believe it's something like 20 kilometers wide. You can't even see across it. At its narrow, you could almost swim across it. But it all depends on which area you go by. And the water level changes drastically. This is a picture of the first year that we ever visited the Amazon village of Libertad. And the water is quite low. This is about the lowest it gets in a normal year. In abnormal years, like we've had in the past 2 years, it gets even lower, and you have up to a mile, probably about a mile walk, about 1.5 kilometers walk from the village, normal village shore, to where you can get to the water. The rapid boats, the speed boats, don't even stop at La Libertad anymore. They can't. They only stop at the neighboring community of Triunfo. Yes. Sí, bueno. Sí. Bacano. Oye, mire, echa como un cuchillo como esta y después golpear bien. Y se sacaron y estaba bonita. Esto bien porque, hey, mire, hacer una foto, un video, traer por acá. Okay, I just had news that we had success with the cake, with the torta. They said it came out very well. It had a nice height to it. Wasn't burnt. Didn't have any problems taking it out. They're gonna take some pictures of it and show people before we put on the frosting, or maybe even after the frosting. But all the kids were very impressed at how good the cake came out. So we'll have a celebration for that a little bit later. As you can see, a little boxing match going on in the back. But next we'll go along with the following picture. Ah, yes. So these are kids of the barrio, the neighborhood kids. Most of Gustavo's family, his children, and also their cousins or his nephews and nieces. as Gustavo's wife with the handcrafts that they make and sell. Sometimes they spend hours each day. They usually spend the mornings in the fields bringing in yucca, plantain, fruits, and other things, or fishing, and then make the different handcrafts in the afternoon. Ani and Ani's younger brother, Angel, and younger sister, Stephanie, making more handcrafts. When I was down in visiting my first time, we actually made a bow and we strung it, and it could have gone bow hunting, but we didn't have any really good arrows. And Gustavo also making a bow. At night, very, very, very dark. They had absolutely no power, and they filled up little bottles, plastic bottles, with diesel fuel stuffed in rags, and then burnt that for candlelight. Very dirty, yeah, and probably very dangerous. Some more of the products that they make and sell on the right hand side. You can see like it looks like a green stick. That's actually sugar cane. The kids and the adults and everyone take it out, cut off pieces, and chew it for the sugar. Really pretty interesting. Monkeys love junk food. That's all I'm going to say. And more handcrafts, beautiful handcrafts. Like the one bag you see that's sort of in the center of the shot. Takes about 3 days of continual work to make, probably like 8 hours a day. And the seeds must be strung within 1 hour of when they come out of the seed pod, or they dry and harden up so much that they can no longer be strung. At least easily without drying them. Very hot day again, humid. You had to drink a lot of water, especially if not used to it, which I wasn't. Most of the water they drink comes from rainwater storage. This is the Quebrada, or small stream tributary that feeds the Amazon River. And as you can see, it's very dry. The tube you see was used to bring up water and pump it up and have a treatment. As you know, someone's in the background waving. Baby. And more tube. Now this tube was made before the boy who's waving in the background was even born. And since then, it's been coming out. ¿Quiere decir hola? Decir hola mundo. Decir hola mundo. Mire acá, es más fácil. Pues bueno, ellos dijeron hola por usted. Oh, tenemos dos personas mirando. Bacano, ¿cierto? Ellos están de Facebook. De Quebrada, otra vez. Mira, es como hace 12 años. Oh, es un bebé que nació cuando hicimos estas fotos. 2010, no, 2 años antes de él nació. 2 years before this boy was born, they had, we took all these pictures. And people swim, people wash dishes, people wash clothing, everything in the river. Unfortunately, they also drink from it during times of very low water, which causes intestinal parasites and real illness. Washing. Shows the tube coming up. We have some power in the village, but it's very, very random power. At this point, it didn't. Not every village member had power. Village people. This was made by an NGO, or a non-governmental organization, that came in and gave the funds, put them in. But unfortunately, that doesn't really work, because as soon as the funds run out, no one maintains it. No one really knows what to do. And they just take the tanks, run off with them, and everything falls into disrepair. That's why it's best to do education rather than just give things. Bueno, ustedes tienen una foto o pueden grabar un video, foto de la torta para puedo mirar. Ustedes quieren, mire, me voy a bajar. Yo puedo colocar otro video y después puedo bajar. Sí. Bueno. ¿Dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estamos? Oh, acá. Ah, sí. Oh, ese es el baño, cuando el baño estaba nuevo. Oh, ese baño no sirve, ¿cierto? Okay, so this is after about 2 years of having the bathroom working, it stopped working. And they boarded it up, and then eventually the doors rotted off and people pulled them off. And now it's all open and nasty and doesn't work at all. This is the, wow. They since painted this twice, and they just did a renovation of the whole. Wow, look at that roof. The roof looks good. The whole roof. Baby, no. Afuera. Se anda por allá y no quiero los zancudos y cosas entrando y saliendo. And next picture coming up. Ah, yes, this is Prove Camilo. He's been one of the teachers who's been in the village community the most. He's been there every year, at least 12 years that I know of. And his son, no, Junior. Anjo Princess estaba el hijo de Prove Camilo. But no, Junior knows el hijo de Prove Camilo. Yeah, for many years I thought that Junior was the Camilo, the teacher Camilo's son, but he is not. Know that now. This is the bathroom when it was still nice. The bathroom when it was becoming bad. This is contaminated water from the stream that sometimes they drink. This is purified water. And if you notice the difference, it is profound. Chandaduro, I believe. Yes, it is. That's they eat that, roast it. Very good. Also make a fermented beverage from it. One of the chagras or cultivations. This happens to be one where they planted plantain, which is like a huge starchy banana type. Huh. Actually, exactly is a banana, but of a less sweet variety. These are the seeds of the plants they get the seed pods from that they make a dye, a red dye that they paint their faces with and do other things, clothing, handcrafts. Plantain. Yucca, I believe. Yucca, cierto? Yes, yucca. Pineapple or pina. But some people don't know it grows like that, but that's how it grows. More plantain. This is a picture of upside down plantain. All these things are things they eat. This is another type of fruit. Can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty tasty. Takes a lot of work to get and also to pick out and eat. Plantain, they usually put the plantain or bananas by the fire. More fire. When I first arrived there, they had only fires, only open cooking fires, and there was smoke everywhere in the village. The women would have to sit and cook by the fire. They'd come out and their eyes would be red and watery from the smoke going in them, and probably caused respiratory issues as well, which will pop up when they're older. Now they're doing a lot better. They have an agency called FAO supplied wood stoves, clean wood stoves that to have a chimney with them or a stovepipe, which carries away a lot of the smoke. It really makes it nicer for the people to cook and for the health of people. Fish, these fish you could buy for $2 a pack. Now, because of the price of inflation, is actually about $5, $2 to $5. Red-bellied piranha, kucha fish. This is a purple potato. Mire, Hanover, mire, Hanover. Is those cierto? I know, but Michael, and he has some sugar cane. About after we get done with this, showing this, I'm gonna have a brief interview with Jose Gabriel. Hey, Jose Gabriel, en como 2 minutos tenemos una entrevista, ¿sí? Ahora no. Estoy mostrando las fotos y después hablamos con El Mundo, El Mundo. Yeah. When the kids go to school, they get a lunch. Sometimes it's the only time they eat a really decent meal during the day. Chicken wandering, random chickens everywhere. On free range. Ahi with rice and lentils. Always a good staple food. There's my the lentil I really like that disappeared somewhere. I'm not saying someone stole it. I'm just saying in all the moving around, eventually got lost. And I guess someone stole it. More Gustavo's family. The village, many years, much more built up now. The trees and everything, much more grown, much more mature village. Nice. Even sleeping inside, it doesn't help. You have to have something to keep you out from the bugs. Old generator of the village just was grossly underpowered. This is what it looks like at night when you don't have any kind of power, and all you have is a bottle with a rag stuffed in it that has diesel fuel. This is a vine we could cut, and you could use it and drink directly out of it. There's an insect that lives in this. It builds this mound, probably to keep it out from the water. and then it closes it up when it goes in to stay there, and then opens it up and leaves during the day or whenever it leaves. We slept here. We cut the palm frods, I guess, to keep us safe from the rain or out of the rain, and then hung in hammocks covered by mosquito netting. I heard this is some kind of parasitic beetle or something. I don't know, whatever it is, they said to avoid it. Look like blueberries, very much like high bush blueberries, I guess, Ben, but they are not and very poisonous. Sometimes the river floods, it gets quite high. This is one of the highest points that I've seen it. And you'd actually go out in your backyard, go like 20 feet away from 30 feet away from your house and go swimming. If it gets up too high, it actually kind of starts flooding the house if the house is not on stilts. Bueno, me voy a bajar en como 5 minutos. Tengo que hacer una entrevista con José Gabriel. Y después estamos comiendo torta. Another big, yeah, I might be at the base of this tree. I can't see, there's another one where I'm base of it, but I'm not at the, there I am. Yeah, you can see that I'm on the base of the tree. Very huge trees. They have very shallow root systems, which is one of the reasons why it has a huge pedestal base, which provides as much stability as it possibly can. Very wide root system, and these are very tall trees. It's called a ceiba tree. This is a ceiba, una ceiba, ¿cierto? Yeah, it's a ceiba tree. Ceiba. A couple of monkeys climbing up the trees. No sé quiénes, micos, ¿cierto? Micos perezosos. Mire, creo it's the sobrino de Gustavo, I believe. It's Gustavo's nephew, Umberto, I believe. Creo. Oh. Random plants. Oh, a little monkey. Monkeys like junk food. I remember I said that earlier, and it's true. They really like junk food. Not like us. Are we monkeys? This is another monkey looking for junk food in my backpack. He took it and wouldn't give it back. Had to fight him for it, and he started getting aggressive. Now I've learned my lesson to stay away from big black monkeys. This is like a jungle chicken. The one is around, like kind of like a chicken, but it's wild. And when people see it in the wild, just they kill it and eat it. These they don't kill and eat, but they're around. I'm not sure if these are talking parrots. Some of them I have heard talking though. But parrots, they kept, my neighbors keeps parrots in her house, and she's constantly scolding her kids. She has like 8 kids or something. That it sounds like when the parrot's talking, it sounds like it's scolding the kids because that's what it repeats. That's what it hears all the time. So the parrot's constantly scolding people. Some type of jungle pig, javelina, I believe. There's another oh, I forgot the name of this. Danta, maybe Dante, something like that. It's like think of it like a little jungle pachyderm. I don't know, like elephant thing. Also perezoso, otherwise known as a sloth. A young ocelot. Another monkey. Another tree sloth. Some beautiful insects, birds. Another parrot. And Gustavo's family. And the river. Gets very low at times. Okay, the boy in the picture you see, talk a little bit about this. Needed a healthcare center is full of intestinal parasites, mostly flatworms. That's what causes that. It combines in with poor nutrition, and the parasites take up a lot of the good food, and that's what you have as a result. And the barco rapido, the speedboat, coming to take us away, and the sun sets over La Libertad. The end. Thank you for joining us in this picture. I'm now going to put, okay, actually, ¿dónde está José Gabriel? Okay, tú puedes sentar ya. Estamos haciendo una entrevista. Okay, and I have a little interview. I'm going to close this and have a little interview with Jose Gabriel. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Here we go. So, hola, ¿cómo se llama?
Hola, mi nombre es José Gabriel Esmajo Yabarcani.
Mi primo, Steven, es el patrón y Rebecca. So decir, hola, Steven y Rebecca.
Hola, Steven, patrona y beca.
Sí, gracias por la beca.
Gracias por la beca, Steven.
See, he's saying thank you for the scholarship, and hopefully we'll get this video to you. I know we can edit it, I believe, and show it out to the world. So, ¿cuántos años tiene? Como 12 o 13.
12 años.
Tiene 12 años. ¿Dónde está estudiando?
Eh.
Macedonia. So Macedonia is a community. That's where he's studying. About an hour boat ride, about less than a half an hour if you go on a fast boat, but the school boat is slow. He has to get up at ¿A qué hora tiene que despertar por la mañana?
A las 4:30 para.
He has to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go down and meet the boat. Sí, para desayunar y reunir con el bote, ¿cierto?
Sí.
Muy temprano. A veces muy fastidioso. And sometimes it's very bothersome, and the boat doesn't even come and pick him up when he's been waiting out there for over an hour. So we have to talk to the director of Macedonia and try to get the schedule a little bit better. And if they don't come at all, they should send out at least a message, instant message or something. Well, we'll talk about that later. But, ¿qué más tiene que? ¿Le gusta Macedonia?
Sí, me gusta mucho.
¿Por qué?
Porque ahí tengo nuevos amigos y me gustan las áreas nuevas.
Okay. He likes to learn new things, and he has a whole bunch of new friends. Macedonia is a school. It's kind of like it's a high school, actually, upper middle and high school, where the smaller communities send their kids. So the younger kids have their school in the local community, and then as soon as they get into 6th grade, which is like 7th grade in the States, they go to Macedonia. Much bigger school. They meet all other sorts of friends and other kids from other communities, and it's really pretty nice. You know, it's like going to a big regional school anyway. And he says he likes it. Algo más, no creo, estoy bien. Tengo ganas para bajar y mirar la torta. Okay. Bueno, gracias por hablar con nosotros y hablamos, no sé, otro día creo.
Gracias.
So thanks for meeting with us, and we'll talk another day, some other day. Bueno, ciao, 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 ciao. And I'm going to put on a little video, maybe a nice long one, because I'm going to go down and have some torta or some cake. Let's see, where is it? Do I have one here? And Libertad Live. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, here it goes. Video file. And I'll put on one of my favorite ones, which is the Children's Video Workshop in the Libertad. And this was made by one of my co-workers from Colegio Los Nogales. Thank you very much, Julio, for the time you came down and spent. He gave a workshop for the kids on how to take good videos and how to take photos, and then he combined them for them and put them into this workshop. So that it has a translation in English and in Spanish. So please enjoy it. Let's see, where am I? Oh, here we go. So you can see the kids playing around with the gymnastics and also hanging out. Hey, mire, me voy abajo. Educados, ¿sí? Todos educados. No problemando, no nada. Bueno, estamos regresando en como 10 minutos, pero estoy comiendo torta y mira cómo está. So again, please enjoy the video. Be back in about 10 minutes after I've had some cake. Bueno, yo estaba haciendo esto por 8:30 horas. Tengo 1 hora y media más. 10 horas de esto. ¿Qué duro es esto? El video de afuera. No sé, me va.
especies, delfines, rayas, truchas, y bañamos. Ya. La Libertad, de agua, río Amazonas, hay bujeo, pez, delfín, raya, y que ya no también, ya tengo más.
Ahí está la balsa, de ríos, bañamos, ahí pescamos. Hay peces, hay delfines, hay rayas.
Rápido, toma. Aquí salen zapatos de Julio. Aquí, mira. Aquí Julio, Fer y Brenda. Hola, chicas, chicos. Vamos a danzar.
Corto.
Pues el trabajo que la que estoy haciendo es una embarcación. Pues el trabajo de esto dura más o menos de 10 a 15 días para construir. Esta es una embarcación para el transporte del río Amazonas, para desplazarse de Leticia hacia la comunidad. Gracias.
Pimentón. Rica, jugosa para comida, caldos, sopas, pasan. Ya. De azúcar, de sal, de gluten. Caña es rica para chupar, jugosas. Para masatos. Chanchitas.
De aquí se hace el azúcar,
Panela.
la panela.
Córtalo. El mango,
¿Qué árboles?
El mango.
le saqué mango. Papaya madura, rica, jugosa.
¿Ya?
Bueno, nosotros estamos aquí en la Libertad, ya estamos como como 25 años, ¿sí? Aquí en la Libertad. Estamos como 25 años y estamos viviendo tranquilos, sin tener ningún problema, nada.
El azaí sirve para jugo, para hacer purichi. Habla. Este es el pumarrojo para comer rico y dulce, sabroso. Calangucho sirve para hacer chicha, para comerlo. Masato guarapo. Baja la maloca, esta es la maloca. Esta es la maloca. Bailan cosas. Hacen reunión. Bono. Van grabando. Mario, Colombia. Mario. Aprieta. Alto. Después a mí. Ranisa graba. Mira, esos dos turistas también. El píldoro se cierra para la colada, el tacacho, eso es todo. El zapote rico para comer, muy sabroso, dulce, para chupar. ¿Está grabando? Sí. Limón es rico. El limón sirve para jugo. Limón sirve para jugo. Hacer ensalada. Chupar con limón. Chupar con azúcar. Chupar con azúcar. No,
Estamos con unos niños y estamos haciendo una actividad de video y fotografía. ¿Listo? Jason.
Hola.
1, 2,
Me llamo
3, espicha.
Stephanie.
Listo, para.
Veces, jugamos, bañamos, brincamos. ¿Ya? Ya.
Un aplauso para Daniel Aguanari. Muy bien, Daniel. Bien. Un diploma para Stephanie Gutiérrez. Muy bien. El siguiente diploma va para Jason Saldaña. Muy bien. Bien, Jason. Muy buen trabajo. El siguiente diploma va para... ¡Llegaste, Junior! A tiempo. Muy bien. El siguiente diploma va para Junior Pérez. Muy bien. ¡Ah, no! Y ahora chócalas. Muy bien trabajo, Junior. Y ahora, Hainover. Un aplauso muy merecido para Hainover Cáceres. En este momento está grabando el recibimiento de los diplomas. Hainover, para.
And I have returned. The cake was as good as it looked. We're now in the final hour, I believe, hour and a half. Oh, no, half hour. Wow, of our live broadcast for a total of 10 hours during our live stream video fundraising to help the community of La Libertad. Final minutes. Oh, yes. And we have Paul, the director, in for the last half hour of our presentation and media. And considering I'm having trouble talking, it's probably a good thing that that he arrives. You know, I don't know why it's easier for me to speak in Spanish right now than it is English. I don't know why. It's strange. But let's see if Paul can put himself on screen. Anything else you want to show? Anything else interesting? Oh, bien, gracias. ¿Ustedes echaron a candado y trancaron? Bueno, sí, trancar bien. No, porque tengo la llave acá, trancar y no tengo confianza en todos. ¿Qué? ¿Se va? ¿Qué quiere? Que si ustedes quieren jugar, pueden, pero tiene que ser como tranquilo, sin bulla. Sí, sí. No sé, se entregaron la torta de Santiago o algo, creo. And I see Paul. Paul, do I have to add you? Maybe I do.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, no,
I can
good.
add
You added
myself.
yourself.
This
So you have the
platform's pretty
same
cool.
you have the same abilities and functionality and everything that I have. Probably, I would believe. I believe you have administrative privileges.
Yeah, I can see how this could be a very powerful tool down there in the village. I mean, with the strong internet connection, you could really do a lot of interesting things via live broadcast.
Oh, yes. I mean, heck, you can
could-
have like I was having a serious conversation with Diane just about addiction and everything, and the same thing. You're gonna have real conversations and also bring in the village people and have them give their thoughts on things, especially on what they believe about spirituality, their the supernatural and all that is very interesting. And again,
Yeah.
I don't
If we could find a way to get mobile, like get the satellite connection to be, move aroundable, we could take our viewers out to the plantain fields, or down to the river for a fishing lesson.
trying to think of what. In that case, I believe it'd be better to
show them the clean water facility that you got built.
That we can. Well, actually, we didn't get it built, but we're supporting it. We're helping them with it. Whenever they're here, they have an internet connection. We've also been talking about with them what they need to do to get the solar power back on, which they have to do. I mean, they have an old lead acid battery rather than one of the new lithium ions, and it's a 24-volt system, so it wouldn't be that expensive, like a few, $1,000 or so. I don't know, but
This is the kind of thing like we should, I feel like a company like EcoFlow would be so happy to sponsor that.
Yeah, it's so necessary. No, I don't, but
they make those systems. They make those batteries, new, really nice ones, and they make systems actually like you can buy solar panel systems to charge the batteries. It's a whole system. Anyways, we used them at Burning Man last year.
Oh, because it's there's so many advances in solar technology, and it helps so much cleaner. Like I don't have anywhere near. Well, I also don't supply the whole village, but the problems that we have had here. But I think part of it is like with the lights being short circuited 3 times yesterday in the village. they need to have Inam, which is the company that supplies the power. Actually, I believe it's changing. They should have like educational sessions with the people that wouldn't be that taxing, that they could understand, and then start supplying either at a discount or whatever the different electrical connections, at least a circuit breaker box that they can connect all the rest of the cables in their house, and then give them some basic knowledge of what to do. Like, but I don't know, it hasn't been done. I don't know. Like, someday
I didn't realize that story of the house being shorted out 3 times. I didn't realize that was just yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yes, that was one of the things that put me behind on everything, because it means that we couldn't use we had one night we had no power. It happened 2 days ago, and they tried to connect it again, and it also kept it out. So the past 2 days, yesterday and the day before, the power was all out, and they just restored it today at like 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they restored it. So we got a little bit of time on the village power, and they turn it on and off because of all the events that are happening. Oh, it's starting to rain here. I don't know, can you hear the rain on your connection at all, or?
I can't.
Oh, it's good. The noise cancellation is
I actually almost wish I could.
Huh.
I wish I could hear the crickets and the kids yelling down the road. And
all right, let's try a little test. I'm going to pause noise cancellation and see if you can hear it. I think this is how I pause it. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Can you hear the rain at all?
No, that must be a very a nice close proximity mic that doesn't.
It's not. It's an Amazon whatever special, but it got good reviews. And I can't turn it up, but it started raining. It isn't a driving rain yet.
Is this the Xbox behind you?
Yes, is the Xbox 360 behind. I'll show you what's going on here. And so who's this? These are 2 of the scholarship kids.
Yeah.
That's the boy that was interviewed earlier.
Who's winning?
Yeah, there they are. They're the woodcutting family. Is the relation of woodcutting family, and they're some of the more industrious people here. But we have an Xbox 360, and if you know anything about Xbox technology, it's one that's very easily modified, so you don't need to use original games. And the disc, those DVDs that they had down here, they don't last any more than a year. They start oxidizing, they delaminate because of the heat, the humidity, and everything, and they won't work. So they modify the Xboxes so everything is stored on the CD, we call that the disco duro, the hard drive.
Wow.
All
I remember doing that kind of thing in like high school. I would mess around. I was like, oh, I'm such a hacker.
Yeah. Yes.
That's neat.
So it works well and very cheap. It cost like $2 for a game, for $2 for a $70 game.
Did they buy the Xbox already modified from somebody, or did they do it?
I brought it down from the States, and friends with a man who runs the Xbox store, I guess that's what you call it, and he modifies it. Charged like $30 to modify it, and he gave me a package deal on the games. We did it during the COVID because, everything was during COVID. So we got an Xbox here and brought it up. And I have one in the PC and one here. I don't game a lot. I only like Mortal Kombat. I just like Halo because of the graphics and everything. And then I just like watching some of them. Some of them have really good graphics. I don't know if you ever played the old Prince of Persia. They were talking about gaming during the middle of Amazon Public, I think. Anyway,
it's funny.
This is what live streaming does. But beautiful graphics, very smooth gameplay. And I haven't seen a game like it since. It came out in like 2010, 2009, 2010. Very good Xbox 360 game. But yeah.
Let's see, where's I'm gonna pull up the Give Butter page. How much donations has the day yielded?
I think like $1,000. $500 plus matching donation.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
$1,000. That's half the cost of the solar house.
But it's not as easy as it seems, because some of the people who donated the money goes towards the scholarships. So
Great.
that doesn't count, which what we really need is scholarships.
Yeah, the
But also,
scholarships is amazing too.
I need to really work on sending out the thank yous and information about who they sponsored, the sponsors, what kids the sponsors have, which I haven't done. I'm still organizing the data. Like, I don't know if I showed you this earlier, but Pastor Jorge went and took all the collections of all the names, and I have about half of these in. And so I'm going to send a picture of each of the students, tell them what the deal was. Some of the students left the program this year, and either younger siblings came in or other members of the family that they wanted, like Brian, who you saw, the big kid who does a lot of the wood cutting with his older brother. He gave it to his younger niece. He gave his scholarship to her. And he was being sponsored. He is being sponsored by Gina, another one of our directors. So Gina, if you're on here, Susan now has Brian's scholarship. And like another kid who you haven't seen, Johnny, left the program because his family is not that organized. I don't know how to put it. It's kind of a mess, and he just they can't hold it together to support him to go to school, even though he wants to. His older brother left and was working in Peru, in the cultivation fields in Peru. And he's a smart kid too. They're both smart kids. Like the other kid who left and is working in Peru was one of the smartest kids to ever go through here. But well, the pandemic and the corruption and the inefficiency of the local educational system basically ruined his chances. And he's out now. If he goes back, hopefully he does, to night school. That's what I'm trying to get him to do, is live in Leticia or other place or other city, or go to Bogota or whatever, and go to night school and graduate then.
So tell me about the importance of a good education here in the village.
It goes beyond like just a good job. I mean, that's part of it, but other things it really keeps the kids from being exploited, just from not knowing what the price of things are, or if it's a good deal, negotiating tactics. It also keeps them from opening up accounts, the bank accounts, even being able to use a cell phone well, download programs, all the things that you might take for granted if you read even marginally well in the States, they have trouble with. And I've been shortchanged places just because the people who are dealing with me may not even be trying to intentionally shortchange me, but they just don't count well. They can't do mathematics well, and the kids still have no idea here what they're getting back to change. So that's one way. Also, there's a traditional way of like get a better job, and it gives them more options. They won't just end up working in a bread store for what is considered slave wages, even by Colombian standards. Working in a bread store, a panaderia, pays like slave wages. And some of these places don't give any health insurance. They don't give any retirement benefits. All the things they're supposed to get by law, they don't give. And because our kids aren't educated enough, can't read, don't know what's going on, they just accept it. They don't know the rights that they have. They also make choices when it comes to voting. Usually the people who aren't educated as well will just go for the 50,000 pesos they get to buy their vote. And then the person they vote in embezzles money that should be going to the programs. So they get the 50,000 pesos when they should get much more, 10 times more than that, easily, is wasted by corruption. So that's another thing. They just stand up for themselves, understand. I don't want to bring it back to politics in the States, but look at what people who aren't well educated and don't follow what's going on, what happens. I mean, look. What can I say? And it's even worse here. Like, if anything, I don't want to say this to get everyone mad at me, but it seems like the United States is becoming more like the bad things that I see in Colombia, and Colombia is becoming the good things that I see in the United States.
Like Colombia has come a long way in the past 20 years.
It has. I mean, Colombia has as strict environmental laws as the United States. In some ways, it may be stricter. What they don't have, the United States had, is enforcement, which is what's going away. When you see these terrible waste, fraud, and abuse, I mean, here in Colombia, because of the corruption, And because good laws that they have aren't being followed, and it makes people sick, and then they don't have good representation, and they don't know how to get good representation, it just becomes exploitive. They lose their health. In some cases, they lose their life. I know some of the birth defects that I see here are caused by the pollution from illegal mining, illegal pesticide use, and other environmental problems here. There are kids who have
Have you
feet who are
discussed
missing fingers, toes, missing arms from mercury poisoning.
and now you were telling me the other day about the elimination of the American aid budget.
Yes, USAID is gone.
Further trying to prevent that kind of exploitation from happening here. And what did you say? $3.5 million per year?
Excuse me, 30 over 35 million was lost
35
in
million.
the Colombian Amazon, right in here, over 35 million. That's it.
So that was I'm just refreshing or for the viewers, that was like a budget that was being sent by the as aid money from the US every year to help prevent sort of things like deforestation and those illegal mining operations and illegal poaching,
environmental degradation, and also to help with good governance.
And with the taking of the new regime here in the United States, that was one of the first things to get slashed. Was that confirmed?
Yes.
You found out that? Yeah. And so that's just suddenly gone. That protection that
gone.
Probably hundreds of villages just like La Libertad had. And of course the earth itself. So that's pretty scary to think about.
Yep. But
hopefully for all of those hundreds of villages, ideally there's hundreds of people like you trying to
do something,
make a difference.
And I think that the best way is through education, just so they can start sticking up for themselves. I mean, it's really good to have USAID coming in and doing something, at the levels they are. But honestly, until you start educating and changing it at like a grassroots level, at the village level, it's not going to make a lot of difference, because some of them will participate in it. I guess the thing with the corruption is like, everyone here believes corruption is bad. Yes, corruption is terrible. It's taking away the services they need and things they need. But then as soon as an opportunity presents itself where they can benefit from the corruption, then they make the choice to benefit from it. Not thinking, gee, I thought it was bad before. And it's not even thought about as being hypocritical. Not at all. Nope. So that's another thing we're trying to change. Yeah.
That's a really hard one.
Yep.
Because that's not always congruent with getting a good education, It's a little more like
it's kind of like once you have the education, you read, you have good teachers, you have good role models, and then it starts making the change you're going to grow up and live with and have a change in your life as you approach things and think about it. Critical thinking skills, a lot of things, that
is true. Yeah.
Even in the States, I mean,
it's
hard to do in the States, for Christ's sake. With all the things that we have and all the advantages and all the money, it's still hard to do this in the States. Yeah. Yes. So that's that. But we're trying. We're doing it. I mean, the kids are great. They try. It's like you just have to keep them in school for as long as we can. That's basically what it is now. Amazon Pueblo isn't to, we can stay them until they graduate. We try everything we can to talk to them, give them advice, give them support when we can, so they stay in school as long as they can.
They are good kids. I remember actually one of my favorite stories, my favorite times when I was down there with them is I was like, okay, I want to go for a swim down to the riverside. Anyone want to come? The kids all came. We were all like, all right, we're gonna go for a swim down there. And we kind of had like a big group, and we all went down there, and we were playing around in the water, splashing. And this I mean, I guess you've seen this in the video. This is where I did not start this at all. The kids just started picking up bottles. There was, because there's so much trash on the shores of all up and down the banks of that river. But I mean, it started with, we were like playing with a bottle, I think, trying to like throw it up in the air and jump off the log and kick it in midair or something like that. But then they started gathering more and more of them, and it turned into like it turned into this game that they were leading. I was like, sick, yeah, let's do this. This is great. But it was not my idea. It was not my direction at all. They just on their own free will started just cleaning up the banks and just gathering as much bottles as we could. We filled this huge tarp full of them. We picked it up. We dragged it all the way back through the village, like a champion prize fish or deer that we had shot or something like that. They love that. And I talked to Gustavo later. He said, yeah, they just do that sometimes. They know.
And sometimes, because they know that it bothers, especially visitors who come, that we tell them that, and we know it does. And they may have seen you just look at it a little bit or pick up some cues. Sometimes they're very perceptive, maybe more so than kids in the States, on what people are thinking or doing or looking, because they spend so much time with the families very close. Maybe, I don't know. It's like, needs more research, but it's interesting. It's nice that they did that. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I guess it just comes with the understanding, the empathy.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. See, anything else? I was going to talk about something else, but I forgot what it was now. Something else interesting. Oh well.
On these topics.
Yes, there's something that I thought, oh, that'd be a nice side topic.
Have you? This is probably something that we should have covered at the beginning of the stream. But have you talked about the history of La Libertad?
Yes, we actually went through the website. We went to the website, and I brought up the window that I was using, and we went over from the first time that I came over and saw the village and met, and then went through the years up to 2024. I just fixed the history. Just like 2 months ago, I updated all the history up to current times. Not for the past 2 months, I think, but but basically current.
And does that history start from when you arrived, or?
Yes. And so we don't have the whole village's history. I may have put it in a blog post, I think, when it talked about Jungle Mike. Remember I told you about Jungle Mike? Did I tell you about that?
You did. Good. And it's an incredible story.
It is. In fact, Becky, what was Becky's last name? She's from the UK, and she did a video documentary, and she tried to get Netflix to pick it up, and they were interested, but Netflix started contracting right around the time of, it was during the pandemic. We were having visitors from the UK who wanted to come right around 2021. And Netflix started contracting though, and then they didn't pick it up. But it would have been I think it would have been a really good docudrama, documentary, whatever she was going to do. Documentary, I believe, that she would hope we could adapt to a series or movie.
Had she already come and filmed it?
She did. She came and actually did a bunch of filming. She filmed Gustavo, but then I told her about Jungle Mike, and she went down, interviewed some people who knew Mike, and then found Mike after he was released from prison before he died, and filmed with him. She went to Florida, Sarasota, Florida, I believe, or Miami Springs, I don't know, whatever, someplace in Florida, and lived there for 3 days, not at his house, but I guess in a motel, maybe at his house, I don't know, and videoed him over the course of 2 or 3 days, asking questions, got all the video down, and was using that to make a documentary. It'd be good maybe I should put you in touch with her, with Becky. A nice woman.
I would love that. Because I think this story deserves to be told to its fullest extent. And
it's amazing. I mean, like just one more thing. I was talking about, I don't know if you saw the post or the message I talked about on the last blog post about mission creep or project creep. They started doing, there are all these things you want to do, and it just keeps, one more thing keeps adding on and adding on and adding on. And that's kind of the thing I'm trying to get away from. I guess one of the things I want to talk about with the directors is decreasing the scope of the program. And it's something that they mentioned in the overall meeting, the community meeting, is only limiting it to kids in the Libertad, which means kicking out some of the kids from Leticia and other places and just saying, look, you have to live in the Libertad. That also means when kids graduate from the Libertad, if they want to keep going in school, does that mean they're out of the program? Or I don't know. And maybe we could start thinking about that as directors, because it would make it easier to limit it to kids from just Libertad and Libertad, Macedonia. So they have to live here, and not kids who live all over places in Leticia and over in Peru. And yeah, that's something to think about though. Like, and I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. I can see both sides of it. It would make it easier, limit us, and give more help here in the Libertad. There's also the fact that sometimes the kids who are out of the Libertad are some of the most studious kids we have. Like, their parents really want them to succeed. The schools in Leticia are really better. It's not like they're a little bit better. The school in Macedonia is better than the Libertad. They get to the Macedonian and they think, wow, this kid doesn't know anything. They don't know, their times tables. They don't know how to add, subtract, or read properly, even close to grade level, or even read. Then if they go from Macedonia, where it's better than the Libertad, they go to Leticia, and the same thing happens. The kids who go from Macedonia to Leticia are very behind with things. And if you compare Leticia to other parts of Bogota, and especially the private schools, they're just way behind. And anything except for the top private schools, if you compare to the U.S., they don't hold a candle. I mean, with everything that everyone dumps on education in the U.S., they haven't friggin' seen what it is like in a developing country. They have not.
Sure.
And they're trying to make it more like that. Por favor. Yeah.
Of course.
They have no idea. I think part of the mind if I go back into politics, I think part of the reasons why people are supporting some of the things that take away government and remove regulations is because they lived and died through a friggin' world war, and seeing what unfettered fetishism, or what do you call it, fascism does, and autocracy, and what it's like when you don't have a government that stands up for rights. They haven't seen it. I've seen it just a little bit here. And I've also, as a history teacher, I've seen it and been through it. So look, people can vote for who they want, and the media and other things are influencing them. But gee, after you've lived through some of the things that these regulations were formed for to protect people, then you think about it. There, that's my rant for today.
Rant granted.
Rant.
You deserve that, dude. You look, you just got through 10 hours of streaming.
Wow. It's wild.
Yeah. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. And I know that you've been doing a lot of work over the past few days and weeks, every day, all day, testing this platform and planning these programs.
Yeah, I hope to have another virtual fundraiser before I leave here in the village. But I have to do some things differently. And maybe I can schedule with you when you have some time and get some other directors, teach them how to do it. I believe that Diane, we may be able to coerce Diane into putting a little bit of time in. Maybe when I can even get like an hour break
again today.
Yes,
that was great.
Yeah, it was very nice. I like having real conversations with people when we come on, and I think the kids and the adults, and even Gustavo, if they do it more, they become more know how to do it more and become more at ease with talking and bringing up things. Yep.
Yeah, we can prepare. We can have questions. Sort of prepare a schedule for the day.
Yeah. It was a very good test, and I think it was a very good first run. I mean, like, it was nice to get more money, but I'm happy with where we are and what we've done. Yep. It's something else biting me. All the lights I have are attracting bugs, a lot of bugs. Yeah. Well, it is Amazon.
So did we get $1,000 in donations aside from yours?
No, without the matching.
So we got about 500 and you matched that.
Yes, I matched it. but I'm happy to do that because
It's very
you
generous.
know, I really want to get, I really want to bring up, at least bring up the gravel and the rebar and the things we need to have everything ready for construction for next summer. I'm going to be staying a whole year next year in Maine. I'm not coming down here for Christmas because it's too expensive. And I would come back for 6 weeks in maybe seven, probably 7 weeks if I can squeeze it out. I want to get a visit to California for 2 weeks and then come down here and build a healthcare center. Not the health, excuse me, plaster the healthcare center and build the solar power station.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Wait,
and yeah,
next year you want to build that?
yes. But what I'd really like to do, if we can get more money, I'd like to. The minimum goal is to bring up gravel, about 2 tons of gravel, rebar, and
I thought we
then
wanted to build that sooner because of
what?
the condition of the boat.
Oh yeah, the boats. Yes. No, just bring it up.
You just
'Cause
want to
that's
get the
mostly we need for the
supplies.
gravel.
Okay.
Bring the supplies up because of the boat.
Okay.
But the more things I can bring up, the better. Would need. I mean, I'll probably need about at least $2,000 to build it now. So we're
Mhm.
like $1,000 away. But all that money that we raised, some of it is for scholarships, and we take and put that in a separate fund. We don't spend it because otherwise, wouldn't have scholarship money.
Yeah.
That's important.
Priorities are important. Yeah.
Yeah. The scholarship program comes first, and the other things come after it.
Yeah, absolutely. I still want to engage with some companies, some solar companies that.
Yeah, you have our blessing. I mean,
It's so easy for them to sponsor
Yep.
something like that. It's chump change for them.
Yeah, and they can even come
But
down and visit.
This is
do
my
it like
first
a-
time, being a part of an endeavor like this on a core level and trying to go after that sort of fundraising process. And I'm all for it. This is going to be a learning experience for me.
Yeah, for me, it was learning, growing, getting out of my comfort zone. I was very uncomfortable my first years, and I'm still a bit uncomfortable asking people for money. I'm
Yeah.
very self-sufficient, and I do donate my time and services and everything. But I think it's so much up to the individual if they want to. Sometimes I don't ask maybe as much as I should, especially my aunt. Aunt Irene is always like, just go and tell them, and then remind them, and send them more reminders. And I'm like, eh. And then I do it, and she's kind of right. Sometimes they're just so busy with lives and whatever. They're happy to donate, they do it all, and then it's like, sure, but I feel like I'm bothering them, and maybe that's not always so. Maybe some people I am, I don't know. But it's
Yeah, I totally get that.
yeah. If I send someone 3 reminders on Facebook and they don't get back to me at all, I just take them off and find them a new sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Maybe I should have sent 4. I don't know, but I think 3 is about it.
Keep them on the mailing list,
Yeah, someone's crying in the background. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién está comiendo? Chuzos? Huh. The shish kebabs are ready, and someone's crying down below. I don't know why they're crying. Someone's crying all night too. I mean, really
Somebody ate their
wailing.
shish kebab.
Yeah, they tell me it's the Jodona. The Jodona. You know what that is? Jodona. It's a tortured female
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Jodona.
I couldn't resist. What is it?
It's a tortured female spirit who takes the souls of other people and kills them and drags them to hell. And it's based on a myth, the Jodona. It's a wailing woman you hear crying, and something happened to her. I'm not sure exactly what. I don't know, something terrible. But that's what they say is happening now. The kids were like, "Yeah, it's a Jodona." That's what you're hearing. I'm like, "Oh wow, really?"
Sounds kind of like the sirens mythology.
Banshees, maybe.
Sailing.
Remember banshees?
Yeah.
Wailing banshees.
Succubus.
Yeah, it's succubus. Yeah, I just thought that's what it's up tied in. So, yeah, but really interesting. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me all the times you did during this. It makes it so much nicer and more fun. I mean, to do, enjoyable.
It
And
was
also,
fun.
a big thanks to Diane. Thanks to everyone who donated and supported and sent me messages.
Yes, thank you.
There's a function
That's
on
really
here, I
incredible.
believe, where we can save it and even edit it. And I wonder if they have some kind of AI that takes out all the ums and the boring parts and things when no one's there and wraps it all into a nice video. Maybe.
I think
And if
so.
there
Yes.
is, I'm going to try to process it through that. And again, if you want to look around in your end and try anything too, I'm like, fine. Like anyone who wants to do anything they can is welcome. There.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm going to
We've
go
got our
down
work
and check
cut out
out.
for us.
Yep. See if my shish kebab is ready and see
Yes.
the Jodona girl.
We've got our work cut out for us, but for now, dude, take the load off.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
I'll sleep well. I'm going to sleep well depending on the music.
I too am going to sleep well. It was a long day.
But the rain is good because the rain will cut down on the random wildness. Really kind of mellows people out. Mellow anniversary.
Yeah, a lot of people buy little electronic boxes to get that.
I have really good earplugs.
In real life.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks again.
I'll let the tinnitus sing me to sleep.
Oh, yeah, great. Yeah.
Musician
Yeah,
life.
right.
Anyways,
How do I end
yes.
stream? Have a good night, and we'll process this. I'm gonna send out an email to everyone later. Probably gonna go back to Leticia and handle everything. Start doing it on like Monday and Tuesday.
Perfect. Well, let me know what I can do.
Yep. Hey, adios.
Hasta luego.
End stream.